In this lesson, we are going to solve a challenge that I left from the previous video. We are going to make a button disabled based on a checkbox input. So if the checkbox is checked, the button is available for the user to click. Otherwise, the button is disabled. Now let's go to the lesson. Alright, so this is what we have from the previous lesson. Let's take a look at the right side of the screen. We have this checkbox that we added to the app. We just changed its label to I confirm I have this age that comes from this input. And here we are seeing the value that's selected from this checkbox. Basically, we just get the checkbox name dot checked. In this case, it's CHK age confirmation dot checked. And it's true or false. And now I only want to enable this button when this value is true. Based on the previous lessons, I quickly mentioned about control properties, and one of the properties of any control is the display mode. So if you look here at the behavior section, we have display mode and we have edit, view, and disabled. If it's view, I can only view. If it's disabled, in this case is the same, but I cannot click. Also for the view, so view and disabled is the same in this situation. And then we have edit that allows the user to enter values, or in this case, interact with the control. That's the button. For example, the age input, if I change to view, then I cannot change the value that's in there. Let's see, if I play, I cannot type. And we also have the disabled. In this case, it changed its color to a more disabled color. Well, we saw that for the button, it looks basically the same. So it depends on the control. Let me put this one back to view. And now we want to play with the button property, display mode, based on the checkbox input. How do we do that? Well, we need to go to the display mode property. We select the button, click in the display modes, and here we see that it has the DisplayMode.Disabled. Display mode is an object inside Power Apps that gives me the options. So if I delete the .disabled and I put .edit, then it's changed to edit. So here we know that we need to change this formula to depend on the status of the checkbox. And how do we do that? Let's first get the checkbox formula. That's this one, checkbox name .checked. And then back in the button in the display mode property, we need to put a conditional formula in here. Something that will check if the checkbox is selected or not. And this is the if function. It's a conditional. The if will test. If you know Excel or programming, you already know this formula. If you don't know, not a problem. We are going to see it right now. So basically, we put if, open parentheses, and then we put a condition here that needs to be true or false. In this case, I just paste the checkbox.checked. This will return already true or false, depending on the checkbox status. And then we put a comma. And then what's going to return in case the condition is true. So in case the checkbox is checked equals true. So if this returns true, then we have the DisplayMode.Edit. If I put another comma, we have the other scenario, the else condition, which means if it's not true, if the checkbox.checked is false, then it's going to go to this second option. And then it's the DisplayMode.Disabled. So depending on what's selected in the checkbox, we are going to get edit or disabled. In this case, edit, it's in case it's true. This is a comment, right? Just adding 2 slashes, and then I can type anything here just to comment. And this is in case it's false. Now let's test it. If I play the app, now it's true. So it means it's returning the DisplayMode.Edit. It's fine, it's correct. If I uncheck, the value is false, and then it's not matching the first condition, so it's returning the second value that I put inside the if. That's the DisplayMode.Disabled, and now the button is disabled. So it means I can only click on this button based on the checkbox information. That's a very useful pattern that you will use a lot in validations across your apps, using if conditions and getting the control outputs to enable or disable buttons and other inputs. As an extra, we could use it to show or hide elements as well. Let's say we have a second button. I'll just copy Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V for this one and put here. But instead of enabling and disabling, I want to show or hide the button. Well, I just can go to the visible property of this button, this one in the left. I'm going to even change its color so you can see the one I'm talking about better. So I'm changing to reds. Now in the visible property, I can put the output of the checkbox. So chk age confirmation.checked, and then the visible expects a true or a false. And then right now, since it's checked, it's true. So it means it's visible. Visible equals true. It's showing. Once I uncheck, the value becomes false, the visible goes to false, and then the button hides. So now I don't even see the button based on the checkbox output, if it's checked or unchecked. Now in the next lesson, we can continue learning about other common controls. See you in there. Thanks for watching. I will leave you here with the next lesson, and don't forget to check the pinned comment for the full course, where you can watch without distraction. So I invite you to take a look and see you in the next video. And if you learned something useful in this lesson, please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe. That helps me create more content like this.